Hi Taurus, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. I hope you guys are really well. So today we're going to do your, each of the signs is getting 2 bonus readings this month. You're not going to have a Gypsy Tarot love spread. I might do a mini one mid-month, I'll see how it goes. But for the time being we're doing 2 bonus readings. The first reading is the expanded love spread, okay? So you've got an expanded Celtic Cross love spread for October. And that's kind of spanning the whole of October. And you've also got a bonus reading too, is how does he, she feel about me? So if there's somebody that you're interested in, if you've got somebody in your life, if somebody keeps coming and going out of your life, Taurus, then this will be the reading for you, okay? This isn't about looking for love. This is about how somebody actually feels about you, okay? And you'll also have your normal Celtic, and I have to do, even though the Celtic crosses don't really get, the general ones don't get as many views as the other ones, it has to be done because some people aren't really, you know, looking for love and stuff, and they just want to know generally what's going on. So those ones will be up as well, okay? For your reading, I am using the Witch's Tarot. Also got your Romance Angels Advice card, and we also use the Rider-Waite miniature deck, okay, for clarifiers. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to ask the universe. Universe Spirit, what is coming in for Taurus? Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus and their love lives. And I need to see the general energies around Taurus, Sun and Rising signs. Taurus, Sun and Rising signs. Taurus, Sun and Rising signs in this expanded Celtic Cross love spread for Taurus in October 2017. Show me Taurus. What's coming in for Taurus in terms of their expanded love Celtic Cross reading for the month of October 2017? Show me. Alright, so we've shuffled the cards. What we're going to do, split it into 3. It's lovely. And what we're doing is we're going to look at what the situation is, which is in this card here. This is your significator card, okay? So this is who you are, Taurus, all right? This is, you know, who you are in this reading. This represents you in this reading, okay? This energy here is your challenge position, challenge stroke influence position. This is what the foundation card, so this is the root of the problem, the root of the situation. This is what the situation is, this is the reason for everything. This is the recent past card, and this is the most likely outcome for your love lives, Taurus, okay, in October, or the situation in October, okay. This is the immediate future position, and this is how you're approaching everything. Okay, this is who you are, and this is how you're approaching everything with this area here. This is how the other person or people in general around you see you, okay, or think about you, because it shows a lot towards how you're acting in the reading to how, you know, what you're showing to others or how other people are perceiving you, especially if it's an ex or anything like that. This is what your hopes and desires are, and this is the overall outcome. And as I say, we'll get clarifiers on the areas through the other cards. So, oh, I keep forgetting to do this. This is the overall energy for this reading. And this is about finding peace and balance. You've got Temperance being the overall energy. So you guys will be trying to, it's either where you're looking to reconcile maybe with someone, Taurus, which Temperance can mean. But the Temperance card means about achieving harmony and balance and equilibrium really within one's life. It could also be the situation is about a Sagittarius individual. Let's have a look at what the situation is then around you guys. Right, the Empress. So for some of you guys, the situation might be about a new relationship. Empresses usually show up, they're number 3, and number 3s represent new beginnings in the tarot, Taurus. So this could always be about, it could be about another person, for example. I'm sure that, I think Empress represents Leo, Aries, and it might be Taurus. So this could be you. The Empress represents an attraction because it's ruled by Venus. So there could be a very strong attraction between you and another individual being the situation here. It might be that you're giving birth to a new relationship. It might be that a relationship is moving to the next level. It's becoming very strong. It's beginning to burgeon, to bloom, to blossom. It's in the upright, so it's a good card to get as being the situation. This could be about sex as well. The Empress card can be, because it's a physical attraction type of card, but it can also be about the suit. It's almost, the Empress can be very similar to the Devil in a lot of ways. A lot of people don't believe that or even think it, but I do, because it can be about the superficiality of a relationship as well. What you look like, your body, that type of thing, because she's a card about superficial looks as well. You guys are, your significator card is the Tower, okay? So some of you guys are having a bit of a breakdown here. the Tower energy. Alright, because you're the Tower. Your significator card is showing us the Tower. So you're showing us somebody who is erupting. Okay, but the Tower isn't about an easy transition. So as a significator card, Taurus, I don't think that you're going through an easy transition here with this Tower energy. I think that you're erupting. I think that there's some form of anger going on with you guys with this Tower. I think that, you know, if you're tearing something up, then it's something you don't believe in anymore, Taurus. It's something that cannot last because it's built on an unstable foundation. But this is you as a significator, so you're feeling possibly very unstable and the need to shed some form of a skin around this situation. I also sensing anger with you guys as well, and annoyance. Okay. Your challenge is the Sun. Interesting. It might be your challenge is a Leo individual, because the Sun represents Leo people. And if your challenge is the Sun, especially as an individual, then this person shows arrogance. Okay, because the Sun doesn't just mean lollipops and flowers. It also means arrogance and narcissism as well. You might be dealing with a narcissistic energy in your challenge position. It might be as well the Sun is blinding you, because you have got the situation being about the Empress. And your challenge is the Sun. So the challenge being the Sun, it might either be that you're not seeing clearly, or your challenge is to see clearly with that Sun card. Or it might be that you are being, what's the word that I'm looking for? It could be a Leo person, a narcissist, somebody who's got a massive ego as well. Suns show egotistical individuals being your challenge here. Sometimes the Sun can be something of too much of a good thing around the situation being the challenge. But your challenge position or the influences are the Sun, which is why the focus is on the Empress. So your challenge is the Sun, and I think that this is something that around you guys feels really good. But this is why your energies are around the Empress for love. They're amazing cards because they're both good cards for love, but I don't really like Suns in challenge positions, because sometimes you can think too positively about something with the Sun card that you're not seeing all the pitfalls, and yet you're the significator of the Tower. Very interesting. Let's have a look what the root energy is going on here. Well, we've got Death in the reverse. So some of you guys haven't come out of a situation, you're still stuck in one. Death in reverse means that there are no beginnings, there are no shut doors, there are no changes. So you're still in this. You're still in it. The other reasons that we were doing for you guys, you needed to move on from something. Some of you guys are still in it. Death in the reverse. The situation about death in reverse, something didn't end. Something didn't come to a final conclusion. And as a result of that, you've got the Chariot in the reverse. And the Chariot in the reverse represents a lack of victory. You've not been, I think you guys haven't been able to move on from something here, because in the recent past you've got Chariot in the reverse because you're still stuck in something here, Taurus. I think you're still stuck. I think in your foundation it's saying you're still stuck, you've not moved on, you've not closed a chapter, you've not ended something for some of you guys. And I think your challenge is looking at this as being too hopeful, too positive. Alright, but you as a significator card show that you feel unstable. I think you are feeling unstable, but some of you guys might still be choosing to stay in something here with the death card being in the reverse in your foundation, and as a result of that you haven't as a result of this felt any forward movement. It might be that you've stayed with someone but there's been no change in this situation. The most likely outcome for this situation is the Emperor. And the Emperor does represent strong foundations, and you know, Taurus, it could be that you've got somebody that has more power over you than you do over them, being this Emperor energy. Because Emperor is in terms of love, and I don't think this is you putting any boundaries on anything, because you've stayed in something. The Death card in the reverse means it didn't change, it didn't end. This is like, it's like the Tower in the reverse. You're trying to stop chaos, or you're trying to stop a natural evolution or a natural change on something. There's no ending here. Could be a Scorpio individual, but there's no ending here, in which as a result of that in the recent past you haven't really been moving forward. And I think as a result of that, what we have with the Emperor being the most likely outcome for love is that somebody might be having more power over you, this Emperor. The immediate future, you guys experience the High Priest, and this is a lack of commitment, potentially, especially if you stayed in a situation, Taurus, and you saw no change, no forward movement. Somebody has more power over you, and as a result of that person doing whatever they're doing here, there is no commitment. You stayed because you thought there'd be commitment. Your challenge is you're looking at this situation from too much of a positive aspect, and you're blinding yourself. You're not actually seeing what the truth of the matter is. The sun is your challenge, and the sun is about something that is burning and something that is so bright you can't see properly here, and yet you sense it because your significator is the Tower. So there's some anger that's rumbling on with you guys here. There's something that's ready to come to the surface here, because you know what's what, but your challenge is the sun. You're not willing to see it. You're pretending everything's hunky-dory here, which is why your focus is on the Empress for the month. But this is a false Empress. This is a false bullshit, I think, in this reading here. You guys, how you're approaching a situation is the Ten of Cups. So you're not being fulfilled. You're not fulfilled here. And I think that you're not fulfilled on a personal level with this Ten of Cups in the reverse. Because as a result of a lack of fulfillment for some of you Taurians on a personal level, your focus is on the Empress. So you're getting your fulfillment through this here. Because as a significator, you're ready to go. Some of you guys are. You guys are ready to have some form of a... You're going through a major shift at the moment here with this Tower energy. And your challenge is this sun. You're not seeing things clearly here because you've not let something go. And I think you've not let it go because there's a lack of fulfillment for some of you guys here. How you're approaching everything in your life right now is the Ten of Cups reverse. I think there's a lack of fulfillment, a lack of happiness, unhappiness. I think that you guys are some of you guys, in all honesty, I think that you're unhappy. And the root issue is that you didn't let something go. Something that is not moving forward with the Chariot energy showing here. Alright, and I think that as a significator you're getting sick of it because you're showing us the Tower. But your challenge is seeing clearly. Your challenge might also be somebody who can charm you very easily with that sun energy. They're good looking, they're egotistical, and they're possibly narcissistic with great charm. Which is why your focus is on the Empress, getting this thing to bloom. But the most likely outcome is the Emperor, and I think somebody has more power over you than you do over them, Taurus, and as a result of that you've got the High Priest. Okay, not paying attention to your higher wisdom, but also lack of commitment. What you'll experience coming in, or how this person sees you, rather, is as the Nine of Wands in the reverse. They don't see you as strong enough. Nine of Wands in the reverse represents somebody who gives up, or somebody who can't fight for what they believe in. It represents somebody who just surrenders at the last moment. It represents somebody who feels weakened by the whole thing. So this person, I think, I'm not being horrible, don't take this the wrong way. Please don't kill me for the reading, Taurus. I see that this person, I feel that this person, whoever this person is, and your friends as well perhaps, see you as possibly being quite weak with this Nine of Wands reverse, because this is how they're seeing you. They're not seeing you as somebody who's badass and standing up and saying, fuck off, keep out. They're seeing you as somebody who says, okay, I give up now. I'm tired of fighting this, I'm just going to let you do whatever. And also, the most likely outcome is the Emperor. I think somebody has greater power over you than you do them. And you're seeing lack of commitment, but also the inability to look towards what you're, you know, there's lack of commitment, but also the inability to, you know, to really sit in your higher guidance. Your hopes will be, well, your fears are the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And this is problems within the relationship. This is breakup of a relationship. This might even be problems within your own family, especially if you're not married to this individual here. And the outcome shows us the Ace of Wands in the reverse. And this is a lack of enthusiasm. This person, and really this comes from here. So if this person's seeing you as this as the Nine of Wands reverse, it might be the outcome is this person is no longer enthusiastic around this situation. Because you've not put up a fight with this individual, I feel. But coming from you, the High Priestess, lack of commitment here. You've stayed in something here, but there's been no change with the Chariot. Things haven't moved. Your challenge is you're dealing either with a narcissist, a charmer, or you're failing to see what the truth is. Something's blinding you here with this sun being your challenge. Though you feel it on a very deep cellular level, you're not feeling steady in this situation, I feel here, Taurus. I don't think you're feeling steady at all. Because you know that somebody's got more power over you than you have over them. And you know as a result of this person is making the rules. Because emperors make the rules. And those rules in the immediate future is there is no commitment here. And as a result of that, you too will start to lack, by the end of October, enthusiasm to move anything forward with this. Let's get some clarifiers on the go. Let's see why you guys are feeling the Ten of Cups. So, why is... okay. So, Ten of Cups reversed, you guys are feeling that. You're approaching the situation from a very, a I think that you're approaching the situation from the point of view of the Ten of Cups reversed, that something is not being fulfilled. I don't think that you feel fulfilled in this situation. Okay, and I think that changes have come in, and usually if you get the Death card and you get a card after it, will show you what comes after death. So there's a change that's brought lack of fulfillment. Nine of Cups is in the reverse. So death now shows, but it shows there was a change in the situation, but it brought lack of fulfillment. So whatever this change was, whatever change of status you guys went through, Taurus, it didn't bring in any type of fulfillment with that Nine of Cups reversed. So your expectations, I feel here, were dashed in a situation. In your foundation, death in the reverse. Why have we got death in the reverse in Taurus foundation for this reading, show me? Because the Four of Pentacles reversed and the Five of Wands in the reverse. So somebody backed down here. Somebody backed down. And I think it might be the other person, because when you get the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, what happens is this person says, okay, I'll change. There's no longer any resistance, and I don't think you guys were resisting anything. I think somebody else was. It could have been a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I think that somebody back down here in the distant past, and they say, okay, I'll change, you know, because if I change, then we can reconcile shit. You know, Five of Swords in the reverse is where you're reconciling a conflict. You know, I'll back down, I'll change, because I want to reconcile our differences with that Five of Swords reverse, and that's why you stayed in a situation here, Taurus. But as a result of that, you've experienced Chariot in the reverse. Why has Taurus experienced Chariot in the reverse in the recent past, show me? Because the Moon and the Queen of Cups, jeez. So you've got some heavy energies here, really heavy energies. I think that there is deep depression here, going on here. But you've experienced the Chariot in the reverse because of very personal energies. Because the Moon and the Queen of Cups together, they're very personal energies. Very personal energy. They're both dreaming cards as well. The Queen of Cups in the upright is a dreamer. She's a fantasist. She's quite idealistic about love. But also at the same time, she's somebody who can be very practical and very common sense in terms of love, because she does a lot of emotional evaluation. In the upright, the Moon card shows concerns, but in the downright, and I think with this is drama queen, countryman with this Queen of Cups. This is somebody who's deeply, deeply hurt, and she internalises her hurt and her Moon energy. Alright? So I don't know whether this is you or the other person, but I'm looking at these two cards and they just remind me of somebody who's these are very personal cards, which is why there's been no movement forward. So who is it that's being depressed here? Because I think it's this person that's done this. I think it's this person that said that they'd change because they wanted to reconcile differences. As a result of that, you saw no change with that Chariot in the reverse, because this person's holding a lot of deep shit down. And they have not, I feel, with those two energies, got any type of enthusiasm to move anything along, because both cards represent very human emotions when you get the Moon and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Right? Both of them are not very nice in the reverse. This represents paranoia, deep insecurity, which is bringing in with this Queen of Cups. Again, it's reinforcing the deep insecurities that the Queen of Cups has in the reverse. Both of them are water energies, and they're both reversed. So this is some nasty shit going on here. And this is why you've not seen movement forward. Because this person here, whoever's done this, and this isn't you, that's because you already were there. You were already there with the change, Taurus. It was the other person that wasn't there with the change. So they said, yeah, I'll change if it reconciles the differences. And you stayed with some of you guys. But as a result of that, you saw no change, because this person really doesn't want it. Because they're showing all it. This isn't your energy. This is their energy. I want to see why you guys are showing us the Tower. Why is Taurus showing us the Tower? Why is their significator card showing us that Taurus is the Tower? Show me. Two cards. King of Pentacles reversed. Wow. You've got a lot of reversals showing up, haven't you? Page of Cups reversed. Well, I think that you're showing us the Tower because somebody really hasn't come through with something here. Alright, this Page of Cups reverse shows somebody who's not receptive, they're not open to love, and this King of Pentacles in the reverse shows somebody who's fairly shallow. I think you've got a very shallow, self-absorbed individual around you who's not receptive to love, and I think that you're showing us the as the Tower, because I think you're showing not just as being angry or annoyed, I think you're also showing as somebody who's being very awakened to that. So I think that you're very knowledgeable. I think you've gone through a very strong transformative awakening process, that somebody here is in it for themselves. And I think that there's been no movement forward, because this person is really, you know, this person looks very strong to me in terms of, if they don't want to change something, they don't do it. And they'll use every excuse in the book. They'll say that they do, but then they don't. And they'll say, oh, I'm depressed, or I don't feel right, or I can't go out tonight, I can't do this because I'm not well, and that type of thing. But really, they feel deeply, deeply pissed off with those two cards, which is why you've not experienced any forward movement. And I think that you, as a significator being the Tower, Taurus, I think you're beginning to realise that this person is all about themselves. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Very shallow individual. Somebody who's not receptive or open to love. Alright, they're not receptive to it at all. And I think you're beginning to realise that. Which is why, I mean, no, this is why. Let's have a look at why he challenges the Sun. Why is Taurus's challenge the Sun in this situation? Why is Taurus's challenge the Sun in this situation? Show me in 2 cards. Because Justice in the reverse, wow, and 5 of Cups in the reverse. That's interesting. Well, I think that you're still holding on in there. Your challenge is that you're still seeing the positive element of this. You've not had any justice. You've not had settlement, full settlement. And with the 5 of Cups in the reverse, really this is somebody who still wants to go in there to see if they can get their settlement. So you guys are still, your challenge is, it's either that this person still wants to stay in there, or this is you. Because you're still looking positively. Your challenge is you're still seeing, it's either that the challenge is this person putting some form of a screen in front of your face where you can't see clearly. Because a lack of justice, or lack of maybe this person, I don't know what it is this person wants. He's still making them hang around with that 5 of Cups in the reverse. If that's not the case, then you're not seeing things clearly with this Sun card, because you still want your justice. You know, justice in the upright means that you've settled a score. Things are settled, it's done, it's the ending of the cycle. In the reverse, it's still open, because there's been no justice, there's no finality with justice in the reverse. And this 5 of Cups in the reverse says somebody who still wants to go back. They want to go back, they don't accept the end. So I don't think that you're accepting something here with these 2 cards. There's a lack of finality here that makes you not really accept that something is done, dusted. And you still want to be in it. You're still in it here. You still want them to go back to it, or you want to go back to it. You still want that union with this individual, despite the fact from what you know as the significator card, and despite the fact that this person may have told you to stay, saying that they would change and to reconcile your differences, and yet didn't come through with the goodies, because you're not seeing any change or any forward movement with that Chariot in the reverse, because this person is feigning depression maybe, or they're saying, oh, you know, mum, you know, my cat died, or, you know, I'm really just, this person doesn't, I don't know what this person wants from some of you guys, Taurus, but I think this person is fucked up from what I can see. The most likely outcome, and as a result of that, your focus will be on the Empress. And why is the focus the Empress for October for Taurus? Why is the focus the Empress for October for Taurus? Show me. Because of the High Priestess in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in the upright. Well, the High Priestess in the reverse usually means, because in the upright she means a secret and hidden knowledge, it usually means that it comes out. But the High Priestess in the reverse can also mean depression, or somebody's holding something in. But your focus is on the Empress, and this is still getting this relationship to blossom. Alright? Because of the High Priestess in the reverse. And I think somewhere along the line there is some form of a fog going on here, or there's a lack of clarity in terms of your emotions or how you're feelings. Because Ace of Cups means feelings. So I think that you're not quite understanding. You know who this person is, but yet there's still a focus on this relationship blooming with the Empress energy. Because I think that there is, not unless this is representing a weight, I don't think it's a weight, because the person already done told you to stay. When probably some of you guys said, that's it, this person already convinced you to do something here. But as a result of that, and if, I'll tell you what, we'll get these 2 areas first, and I'm going to show you what I usually do on these Celtic crosses as well, Taurus. But your focus is on growing this relationship. But this is misconceived love. Your feelings are misconceived. They're not clear. They're not right for some of you guys, Taurus. You're confusing something here. Because the High Priestess in the reverse represents you don't see clearly. It also represents misconceptions. It also represents people who are hiding things. There are things that are hidden very deep down. It also represents somebody who is, what's the word that I'm looking for the High Priestess? Conniving. Alright? So it's like a Seven of Swords card in the reverse. You know, this represents somebody who is manipulative. Could be that you're being manipulated because you can see that, and this is, you know, this person's manipulated, but you can see the Ace of Cups is being handed to the High Priestess in the reverse. Alright, so I'm calling you guys, Taurus, the High Priestess in the reverse, because I'm seeing love is being offered to you. So I think that you're not seeing clearly because of this situation. Because it's on, you know, this person says that they're offering you something here and you're not seeing clearly, because I'm looking at the direction of where that ace is facing. It's facing a High Priestess in the reverse. Somebody who, and also when she's in the upright, she tends to avoid situations. So you get those two cards together, you can see the Ace of Cups is being handed to the High Priestess, but she's looking straight on and she's saying, fuck off. She's saying, I'm ignoring that. This is somebody who doesn't want love. High Priestesses often show as single or lonely people. But in the reverse, you might still be lonely, but it's your loneliness that makes you not see clearly, and you seem to be quite receptive. You're not quite seeing, you're not quite as adamant or resilient against this. I also feel that somebody's manipulating you emotionally as well, because the High Priestess in the reverse represents a manipulator, and this is feelings. So I think somebody's manipulating your feelings here, which is why your focus is on burgeoning this relationship. The most likely outcome for love will be the Emperor. Why is the Emperor the most likely outcome for this situation for Taurus? Why is the most likely outcome the Emperor for Taurus? Show me. Because of the Five of Wands. Okay. I think that there are worries that are keeping you confused. And I also think that there is a difficult, conflictive situation with the Five of Wands that is keeping you very confused and keeping you in this situation here. Alright, I think that there are worries here, and there is, when I look at these two cards together, remind me of a very insecure individual. So I think some of you guys are feeling insecure, but that's because of the Empress. Somebody's gained authority over you. Somebody has a greater power over you than you have over yourself. But that's because deep down inside of you guys, some of you guys are feeling this Five of Wands confused. And it's your confusion and your fear that holds you confused and fearful. These things are holding you back, and they're keeping you on this thing here. It could also be fights or disagreements keep you insecure or feeling insecure even about yourself. I think that somebody has greater power over you guys here, Taurus. And as a result of that, the immediate future shows up the High Priest. Why is the High Priest the immediate future for Taurus in terms of this situation? Why is the High Priest in the reverse the immediate future for Taurus? Show me. Because the King of Wands in the reverse. Alright, this person doesn't want a union. King of Wands in the reverse is a joker. He's an absolute fucking joke. He's very charismatic and he's very good at charming you. But he doesn't want this. This is somebody who's trying to charm you. Trust me with that King of Wands in the reverse. But they don't want a union here. They really don't want it. They really don't want it. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse is about, you know, severance of relationships. It's about a lack of stability in terms of building a relationship or having a long-term relationship. And this person shows as a King of Wands. You're either dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or it could be an air sign, a fire sign. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it can be any sign. It really can. These, for me, I explain them really as being archetypes. I don't think this person wants anything. I think this person's taking the piss. Alright, they're trying to dominate you here. Also, the King of Wands in reverse, somebody who wants strength and they want dominion over others. Alright? They want to control you, but they don't want to marry you. Or they don't, if you are married, they don't want to hold on to the vows, or they don't want to uphold the vows with there, because you've got Hierophant in the reverse. So either way, this person doesn't want to properly commit, because they're the King of Wands in the reverse. They're a bit of a liar, they're a cheat, and they're very good at, you know, papering over the cracks because this person doesn't want a stable, secure, buildable relationship. They see you as the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Why does this person see Taurus as the Nine of Wands in the reverse, Jamie? Because the Four of Swords, and that came out reversed. Because restlessness keeps you working at this. Four of Swords is restlessness, and the Eight of Pentacles is putting the work and the effort in. They see you as a very, I think this person sees some of you guys, and I know it's a hard reading to take, and I know that I'm probably going to get loads of thumbs down, and loads of people saying, what the fuck, I'm not that person. I understand that, but what I'm saying, for those of you guys it resonates with, I think this person sees you as a very easy target with that Nine of Wands, because you're not put up your defences, you see, with that Nine of Wands reverse. They see you as the Nine of Wands reverse, a very easy target now. What happens when you go to war? If you're going to win a war, you need to make sure that you've got your defences up. You and your... I've never been to war, I'm a female, and I was born not in 1940 or 50 or anything like that. So I don't know anything about war, but I've watched a lot of war movies. So you've got to have a careful strategy, a good strategy when it comes to war. And in order to win a battle, you've got to be strong. And you've got to stand in your truth and your power and put up your defences, as all people that go to war do, whether that's via a tank, a gun, a shield, whatever it is. But this person lowers their defences. So they're more susceptible to have attacks like this. And this person sees you as somebody who is very easy to infiltrate and attack because you are restless. They see you as quite restless, and it's your restlessness that keeps you working hard. And if we look here, they've got dominion over you, Taurus, because Five of Wands, it might be your inner turmoil is causing your fears. So they're seeing something about your personal life that I feel this person is taking advantage of, and they did it here, and then they didn't come through here. There's no forward movement, and I don't think this is your depression, I think it's theirs. I think it's theirs, but I think that they use you. This seems, for some of you guys, this might be a little bit of a toxic relationship that I'm looking at, because I'm seeing that some of you guys have some form of, some of you guys, Taurus, have some form of insecurity going on, and I've also seen that this person has insecurities as well. Because why is it that they're saying they're going to change? They want to reconcile differences, so they keep you there with that Death in the reverse. But then they don't follow through because they're feeling so depressed or whatever the fuck it is they're feeling with those two cards. There's some really deep paranoia, weird shit going on with these two cards, and it's not your energy, it's theirs. But you know the deal here, that this person is quite shallow, they're not receptive to love. And yet, your challenge is seeing clearly because you still... Because you haven't got what you want with the Justice in the reverse, you're still in it. You're not accepting what's going on with that Five of Cups. So you're still in the situation, which is why your focus is on growing this relationship, nurturing it with the Empress energy. Because your feelings are being manipulated by this individual. This person says, stay, Death in the reverse. I'll change, and we'll reconcile our differences. And you say, all right then, okay, let's try and build this relationship. Because you're not clear on who you are. You might even be feeling a little bit depressed with the High Priest in the reverse. And you're very susceptible now to having love. Everybody wants love when they feel down. But also your feelings and how you're feeling about yourself is being manipulated by this individual. Manipulation of the High Priestess in terms of love. And as a result of that, the most likely outcome is that you're being with this Emperor card, Taurus. You're being, what's the word? Dominated by an individual here, because they see your insecurities with that, your worries and your insecurities with the Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Also here, recent past, they didn't follow through. Something didn't change with that Chariot in the reverse, because this person's got some deep shit going on. Deep shit going on. Might be with another individual even, you know. Queen of Cups reversed. But the Moon reverse usually shows a secret coming out. So I don't think this person's told you anything. I think there's some deep paranoia shit on this person's side, okay? It's making them feel very, very internally worried with this Queen of Cups in the reverse. And that's why things aren't moving forward with this individual. And you'll notice all cards can represent Cancer as well. And Cancerians can be very, very deep. So it might be a Cancerian that you guys are dealing with as well, okay? But as a result of that, your challenge is you're not seeing clearly. Because you feel, well, all right, we're not going very far at the moment, but they did ask me to stay, and as a result of that, my challenge is that, you know, I still believe in this because, yeah, we've not had, you know, we've not really got things together yet, but I feel that if I hang in there with that Five of Cups in the reverse, we'll get it together at some point. But the problem is that you'll find that you won't get it together, Taurus, because you've got Hierophant in the reverse. Lack of commitment. And why is that? This person's taking the piss. This person is truly taking the piss. They really are. They've got some shit going on with them. I don't know what it is, Taurus, but this person's got some shit going on with them. And they don't want a commitment with that Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. They really don't. They don't want to build it. You know, they see you as very susceptible here. They see you as quite weak with that Nine of Wands in the reverse. But that's because of your own restlessness. It shows here. And they say to themselves, well, this person's quite insecure, so their restlessness is going to make them carry on working on the relationship. Your hopes will be, well, your fears are the Ten of Pentacles. So you already know what's going down with this person here. Your fears are the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Why is Taurus's fears the Ten of Pentacles reversed? Show me. There you go. There's a lack of happiness and fulfillment here in this relationship that's making you guys feel very, very unbalanced. Okay. The outcome is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Why is the Ace of Wands in the reverse for the outcome for this reading for Taurus in love? Show me. Because the King of Swords, there's a liar here. And this might be a liar who's dealing with other people as well. Three of Cups in the reverse can mean cheating. So somebody might be lying and cheating at the same time. And that's why. It's either that this person lacks enthusiasm. Because we see here this person doesn't want to commit in the immediate future, right? High Priest in the reverse. If this is a marriage you guys are in, this person wants to break some vows here with this High Priest. Because what they're looking at as the King of Wands, this is a cheater. And the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse can be a broken relationship or unfaithfulness in the relationship sometimes. So it might be something like that. Some of you guys, if it's not marriage or anything, this person's not looking at a commitment here with this High Priest in the reverse. Because this person's taking the piss. They're a charmer. They also like dominion, but they don't want the responsibility that comes with that Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And as a result of that, this person lacks enthusiasm. Why is that? Because I think with the King of Swords in the reverse, they're lying to you. They're telling you an untruth. They're communicating lies. It might even be with the Three of Cups in the reverse that they're cheating. The Three of Cups reversed is cheating. For you, well, we can't go from here. We have to go from, if this person doesn't want something here in the immediate future because they feel, but their feelings for you are that you're very susceptible. You're easy target. Easy. You give in too much with that Nine of Wands in the reverse because there's something in your life that you're restless about that makes you want to put effort into this. Okay? The outcome for them is that they're not particularly interested. They lack enthusiasm. They might even be lying on what they feel the status of the relationship or friendship is. This is a liar. It doesn't always have to be cheating with the Three of Cups. It can be a non-agreement. So when you get the Three of Cups in the reverse, this can be somebody who's breaking an agreement. So they're lacking enthusiasm. Why is that? Because they've already very, well, the King of Swords is in the reverse to be lacking clarity. But I don't think this is lacking clarity. I think somebody who can't tell you the truth on a situation. King of Swords for me will always pretty much be somebody who's got good clarity. But it's whether you can act on that clarity or communicate that clarity. Somebody I think is a liar anyway. Somebody's not speaking the truth here. Okay, and you know, there's a lack of agreement here in this. They're not telling you that they don't really want this, or they, you know, whatever it is. Because they, for some reason though, they hold on to the situation for some really strange reason. But it's for their own whatever. It's as a result of them feeling that you are, you know, you're not a particularly strong person for some of you Taurians. As a result of that, they lack enthusiasm. Might be that they're lying about the status of your relationship with this Three of Cups reverse. It could be that they're lying because they're cheating with others. You guys, well, in the immediate future, you know that for some of you, there's no commitment here. This person's not looking at your relationship like that. And I think that your fears are that, yeah, this Ten of Pentacles again in the reverse. This is not buildable here because there is a lack of fulfillment and instability with that Two of Pentacles up there. And as a result of that, you guys will lack enthusiasm because you know that this person is lying about the friendship and they might even be lying about other people. I think that you already know this, Taurus, for you guys. And that's why the overall energy is going to be you guys trying to find or get some form of balance here within this. Okay, and I think that you're going to be trying to achieve some balance, because you know that as in terms of, and you're seeking, I think that what's happening here, I just pulled 3 cards. I think that you are seeking, whenever the Hermit points into a card, Taurus, he's seeking something. So he's seeking balance, and you guys are seeking this month, October, you're seeking balance because you know that you got a liar and a cheat, possibly a cheat, doesn't have to be. Knight of Cups in the reverse can be a cheater, but you've got somebody who's not coming through with the goodies, Knight of Cups reversed. You're seeking balance and harmony. You're seeking a way to work this situation through for yourself, because you know that you've got somebody here, this Knight of Cups energy, who's not coming through for you. Whether this person's cheating, whether they're breaking promises, and I think that they are here, and they're trading it off like they're depressed, or they're this, or they're that, or they're overwhelmed and that. But this is somebody who's some form of fucked up paranoia. I don't know what to call the individual, to be honest with you. If this doesn't resonate with you, Taurus, I'm sorry. It doesn't always resonate. Maybe both readings won't resonate. Sorry. But this is what I'm seeing in the reading. I think you're dealing with a very sharp intellect individual. I think you're dealing with somebody who knows what they're doing. And I also think for some of you guys, you're dealing with somebody who's taking the piss, and they're trading off your insecurities. And they know that they can do it. Which is why in the end, they're not really that bothered. Because they're lying to you. King of Swords in the reverse is a liar. Somebody who is communicating an untruth. And that could be either on what they truly feel the status of your relationship is with that 3 of Cups in the reverse. They might also be lying that about not wanting the relationship to break up. Alright? So it might be that they're lying that, you know, about this 3 of Cups in the reverse. But for some reason, they're weakened at the moment. To me, it looks like this person's biding their time. It looks like you gave them an ultimatum and they didn't like it. And I think you might be dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists hate it when you tell them that you're finishing with them, because they want to be the one that tells you that they're finishing with you. And I think for some of you guys, you did something. You said something to the person, they didn't like it, and they kept it going on. But it was for their own purposes. Because what I'm seeing here is this person doing this. I'm seeing them doing this. And I'm also seeing them emotionally manipulating you. But they see you as weak because of your own life, that you want to work on this. So they see you as a weak individual, which is why they lack enthusiasm in the end. Just quickly do the reading again, Taurus. Sorry, you guys, if you don't like it. Okay, it's what I'm seeing. You guys right now, how you're approaching things, you're not happy. 10 of Cups in the reverse. You're feeling unfulfilled emotionally with that card there. Because whatever changes this person said that they'd make, they didn't come through with the 9 of Cups. So somebody promised changes to you, but they didn't come through with it. Because in your foundation, something hasn't changed. You didn't leave a situation here with the Death card in the reverse. That's because somebody said that they would change again. 4 of Pentacles. So they said, you know, I'm going to let down all my barriers. I'm going to change, because I want to reconcile our differences. However, I feel that this person didn't come through with the Chariot reverse, because they're plaguing this on, maybe they've been depressed or they've been ill, or they didn't come through because they're concealing from you that they really don't want to go to a place with you, Taurus, but they're hiding it. You guys know this. You've had an awakening with that Tower card. You're very, very smart, Taurus. You know this. You know this. You feel unsteady as this Significator card. There is a really big awakening that's come to you, and that is that this person's completely self-absorbed and not receptive to love. However, your challenge is the Sun, still feeling positive somewhere along the line, all right, around this situation, because you haven't had your justice yet. You've not had that very thing that you're still in the relationship for. You're not willing to give up with that 5 of Cups reversed. And that's why your focus is on this Empress energy, building this relationship. This is either where you're manipulating yourself, or this person is actually, and I think there's both ways. I think that the person is manipulating you here. But it could be with the High Priestess that you guys are the one that are in some form of as well depression here. And when you're feeling depressed, you will accept anything. You'll accept this type of love. But also the High Priestess shows a manipulative energy that is offering love. So I think that you guys are focusing on building this relationship because this person here is manipulating you. However, the most likely outcome is you're being overpowered by this person's strength, and they're feeling that they do have that authority, power, which is what the Emperor is. This, you're being controlled with the Emperor, and that's because of the Five of Wands. Confusion over the relationship has left you kind of thinking, well, I don't quite know what to do. You're very confused, but also it might be internally some of you guys are so worried that it's bringing a lot of insecurity around this situation. This person in the immediate future, there's no commitment with them with that high priest in the reverse, because this person is completely self-absorbed. As the All Kings show is self-absorbed people in the reverse, okay? But this person's also a charmer in the reverse, okay? But this person's a charmer who doesn't want commitment. This person sees you as the Nine of Wands in the reverse, so they see you as somebody who's quite weak and somebody who doesn't stand in their power, and I think they see you as that because they see you as restless in your own life, and your restlessness makes you want to work towards or strive towards this relationship. And I think for some of you guys, this person doesn't even feel that you've got your own life, that you depend a lot on them. They like to think, because you tried ending it, I think, for some of you guys, and they might have been shocked by that, which is why they want to keep on with it. They didn't expect that from you, but nevertheless, you stayed around for some of you guys, and now this person's still saying that you're weak because they want to see you as insecure so that they can keep you working for them. So they see you really as an undervalued part of who they are. They don't value you, I don't think, Taurus, to be perfectly honest with you. I think this person very much undervalues you. And I think that your fears are that there won't be anything built in this relationship because there is unhappiness here. There's a lack of fulfillment that is bringing instability. The outcome both ways, I think, is with this Ace of Wands, lack of enthusiasm for the relationship, lack of motivation. Might also be sexually, this person, if it's a male, sexually he's not particularly driven as well, because it might be that he's lying about other people, for example, here. For some reason, this person, this reading is really quite strong, I know, but I think you are dealing with a manipulator, but I think it's a manipulator who doesn't want to be told that you're finished with them. They want to do the finishing with you, but they'll only finish with you when they've finished with you, when the time is right, when they really feel that they want to finish, okay? I think you need to go with whatever your awareness is in this situation. Go with your intuition. I think you've already got your intuition there. I don't think you lack it because you've got it showing there in the tower. You already know what's going down on this. You know. But you're letting yourself, Taurus, be waylaid by somebody who's promising you stuff but they're not coming through with it. What is the advice that you have for Taurus on this reading, universe? What is the advice that you have for Taurus on this reading? Show me. Right, new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this could be somebody who's new. This could be somebody who's new. Okay. What else do you have to say to Taurus? What else? Is there anything else that you've got to say to Taurus on this reading? Still come up. New love and you're getting to know each other. I don't know why that's showing. That's really weird. Okay. Anything else that you've got to show for Taurus? Show me. Well, children. Very interesting cards. It says there's new love and you're getting to know each other, but your romance is being affected by children. It might not be children, it might be simply childishness. So if this is a new relationship, you're trying to get to know this person, it might be the relationship is being affected by this person's childishness. Who knows? Very interesting cards to show up though. Very interesting cards. Alright? Very interesting cards. Okay, that's your reading. You can make of those three cards, and you know, I have to put them out there what came out. But it says new love, getting to know each other, and your love life is being affected by children. I think that this might be children, but I also feel that this is more about being affected by somebody who's quite childish, personally. Alright? I think it's being affected by that. You might be getting to know this person, and as you get to know them, you know the relationship's being affected by this energy here. So we'll see what happens. I think the main thing is the reading. This is very interesting. I think if you've got an intuition on something, you need to follow that through, Taurus, and don't allow somebody to have that power. All right, that's your reading, Taurus. I'm coming back with you. How does he, she feel about you? And yeah, speak to you guys later. Take care.